Welcome to Rising with the Phoenix. On this platform, we are here to educate, to entertain, and to also help you rise above all your challenges. So let's go to what we have on today's episode. We'll be looking at abuses in marriages. Our focus is on sexual and emotional abuse. But then, we should have an idea of what abuse is all about. Abuse is any form of treatment with cruelty and violence, especially when it's done repeatedly and regularly. Guest here in the studio on today's episode is she's a human rights lawyer and executive director, Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center, Dr. Akinade Afolabi. Welcome to the show, ma'am. Glad to have you here.
It's a pleasure being here.
Why do people tend to remain in an abusive relationship and marriages despite all the hearing and saying?
Well, marriage is an institution. And just like people would say, at times when you're going to a market, you actually don't know what you'll find when you get there. You might have an idea of what you want to go and buy, but when you get to the market, you might change your mind. And so marriage is just like that. So it's an institution which is quite complicated, very complex. One of the things I tell my clients is that when you get into marriage, you must understand the fact that you are dealing with two different adults with different background. No matter how you think you have been able to understand yourself, you get to a point that you start wondering, is this a person that, so it's that complicated. Yeah. And because of that complication, when the abuses start coming in, some people see it, but they want to pretend that they don't see it. And oftentimes it's always better when you see it and you quickly notice it and say, oh, this, I don't think I will be able to take it. So that from the beginning, you already have an idea of, you have set your boundaries in terms of what you think you want to take and what you think you don't want to take. But because there are a lot of other societal factors that you look at, people believe that when you get into marriage, you're not expected to go back to your father's home in Nakaf as you are leaving. They are telling you bye-bye and that kind of thing. And because also in your church, there's a lot of expectation. Exactly. So there are a lot of expectations here and there. So when people get there and they start seeing the abuses, they want to pretend that it's not there. I see a lot of women go through a lot of self-denial. You can see the abuses coming, but you want to tell yourself it's not happening. No, Jide can't do this to me. Yes. And you keep going until when you get to a point where it becomes so obvious. And at that point, you had already empowered the other person who sees you from that weak, somebody who cannot speak our voice, somebody that can suppress, then you then want to come out. Now, even when you get to that level, you want to come out. Instead of you, I was talking to somebody recently. I was talking about a mom. What she does every time is not to even think about herself, but think about what people will say. So we are so acculturated to that system of what would my friends say, what would people say, and that support, that support abuses. So the person is, it's a power over thing. So the person who is perpetrating the abuse, continue, but you feel and that's why you see how it's breaking out in the society presently. Not only in Nigeria, in India and other places. You see women who have been seen as the victim of marriages, domestic abuse. They are now the one fighting back because there's no support system, that can actually help people to, get out of the abuse. So it's a very complex thing because some of the cases that we have handled, I still remember that about a few days ago, I was just speaking to one of the women who had taken a step, to leave the house because she thought her life was being threatened, and they have 4 children. Some of them were still young. They are still young. They have like 8 years old, 10, then 15 and 17. So the way the law is, you must also, if you want to go, most women will want to go with their children. But,
definitely.
But there are a lot of things that they have to put into consideration. Whether you have, because the court must look at the best interest of the child. If you cannot show that you are gainfully employed, you can take care of the children, it might probably be difficult for the court to allow you, to take the children. So in the instance that I'm talking about, the woman could not take her children, but the court allowed a situation for like an arranged visitation. You know, she must come every 2 weeks. During the holiday, she must come pick the children and what have you. And the challenge then we had was that the man, even despite the court order, the man still, you know, because of